Hello everyone, I'm Caroline and today we're going to make some quick and easy Christmas gifts for your friends. You can make these last minute. Don't worry if you've forgotten somebody or if you just haven't had the time to make Christmas gifts. There's always something you can do. I've got this cardboard postage envelope that I've opened up and I want to make a semicircle. Now I haven't got a compass big enough, so I've got a pen with a piece of string on. This is by no means an exact science. And then if you hold your piece of string firmly to the one corner, try to keep your pen as upright as you can. And if you do that, as you can see, it's very messy. I've sort of got a quarter of a circle. Now I cut it out. The next thing to do is cover this semicircle with some pretty Christmas paper. And with the old glue stick. For a link to things I'm using in this project, if you pop into the description below this video, there's a link to my Amazon store and this will be under Stick It. I've got Stick It, Cut It, Paint It. And so it's a bit self-explanatory. If you're looking for glues, look under Stick It. I'm going to pop that down the one side there. I think I'm going to do it in one sheet. Oh, that's very good news. I didn't think I would. Out with the bone folder. Give it a run over. And then cut it out. So now you got that. I think that's gorgeous already, but obviously it isn't actually a gift. Unless you have somebody who likes slice of pizza shaped cardboard gifts, in which case this will be the perfect gift. But let's carry on. We're going to roll this into a Christmas tree shape. It can be a bit fiddly. I would advise you not to use very thick cardboard. Even this is pushing it with a layer of paper on, but we're just about going to manage it. And make yourself a nice cone shape. Don't worry about rushing this part of it. It is very difficult to get an exact cone at the top, especially when using cardboard. And then we put some hot glue down there. And hot glue right down to the bottom. And then it's a good idea usually to level it off. I've never yet made one of these and the bottom is perfectly flat. Now you have the option to just leave it like this, but I'm going to take this one step further. I'm going to put some decorations on this. Some of the options you've got are, you could pop a pretty coloured pipe cleaner around the bottom, like that. You could put a layer of pine cones around the bottom, which would give it a very natural look. You can put some flamboyant tinsel around. That gives it a very ostentatious look. I'm going to use this glitter foam sheet. Turn it over. Mark it in 1 centimetre in 3 places. I'm useless at measuring, I don't know why. And down we come, like that. Then do the same again. I'm going to use my pinking shears because the wiggly edge helps it to sit easier on an angled piece of cardboard. So I'm going to cut up that grey line. And then use a straight scissors to cut the other line. And then you've got 2 very pretty pieces of foam sheet to put on the bottom of your tree. Find the join, a bit of hot glue, and start attaching this to the bottom of your tree, getting as close to the edge as you possibly can. And there we've got our tree. I think we need a star on the top. I've got these that I got from Hobbycraft. They're like a metallic fabric with a little tiny bit of stuffing in. You have to take the sticky off the back, but I'm also going to add some hot glue because those stickies I don't find are very strong unless you're just sticking them on a card or something like that. And then pop it on the top of the tree. So if you wanted to just give somebody the tree, then that's perfect. But we're going to add an extra mystery ingredient. I've got this tin of English Tea Shop finest collection of tantalising organic teas and tisanes. I'm not going to keep the box or the tin. Well, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to take these out. And I'm going to attach these to the tree, but you really do need something called glue dots to do the best job on this. I can't find my box of glue dots anywhere and I haven't got time to stop and look, so I'm going to have to use hot glue. Hot glue's fine, it's just that it will damage the tree and it possibly will damage the packet when they take the packet off. A little tiny blob of hot glue, about the size of a glue dot, and pop it into place. Then I'm going to come all the way around with different tea bags. Then start a new row up a little bit. This is such a lot of fun to do. It's easy, it's fulfilling, and also it's always lovely to make gifts for people you know. Friends and your family. Just adds an extra dimension to giving a gift. The only time this isn't suitable if you've got somebody who doesn't like tea. You need to come up with another idea then. You could use little coffee sachets, little packs of biscuits, little packs of candy, sweets, anything like that. I like the idea of tea because there are such a lot of specialty teas nowadays, and it is quite popular to go to a tea shop and pick yourself up a cup of tea. But now you don't have to go to a tea shop because you can just take one of these lovely tea bags off the gift of a Christmas tree and make your own cuppa. Look at that, I think that's a lovely gift to receive. I used 21 tea bags. I think it was 21, I did count. And I just think that is a perfect gift for somebody who's a tea lover. And don't forget, you can also put anything else on that you think your friend or your family member will love. Right, I better send this to Santa. For this last minute gift, I'm going to use this cellophane. It's a huge sheet. I buy it by the roll. It's nice and flat, and I've also got some apples. Now, it's going to be last minute if you use apples. If you want something that you can give a few weeks earlier, then you can give people this made with oranges or tangerines. And then we're just going to make a row. I've used one big, one small, one big, one small apple because they're the apples I've got in my kitchen. shorten the stalks on them because we don't want the stalks to damage the apple above them. And make a long snake of apples along the middle of the cellophane. I like to tear off 3 bits of sellotape and put them somewhere that I can get to them very easily. And then wrap a long sausage of apples. Making sure you've got enough gap between the apples so that you can bend this package. Seal the end with a pipe cleaner. You can tie it with a piece of string, or you could even go round and round with sellotape, I suppose. Put the side that you put the sellotape on down. Sorry, this is very clattery crap. And then bring the tops together. And use the pipe cleaners to tie them to each other. Poke all the ends to the back. And now you've got yourself a fruit wreath. That apple really doesn't look very nice, does it? And there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. If I show you, it's not gone bad, it's just got some marks on the skin. Now we need to decorate our Christmas gift wreath. Attach whatever style bow you're going to use to the top of your wreath. Floof it out. Bows never look good until you've done some floofing. Now, for this one I'm just doing some straight edges. You can dovetail it, do whatever you fancy. And then finish off with a decoration at the top, on top of your bowl. But just be careful you don't get any hot glue near the fruit, because if it gets too hot, it'll start to go bad. Now there are lots of variations. I've already said you can use different fruits in here. You can use different colour bows. You can just put other decorations and no bows. You can put a hanger on this. I wouldn't advise it. It is surprising just how heavy this much fruit is. So I would just leave it like that and put a gift tag on it and give it to somebody as it is. Alright, there's another one to send to Santa. He's going to be busy this year. I've done it again. I've forgotten to turn the camera on. So I'm going to show you once more, but this time you're watching, this wreath that I picked up from the thrift store or charity shop for £1. It was wrapped around with this tinsel, so I've taken it off. And I'm going to put a monogram of somebody's name or the family name onto this, so you can pick whichever letter you want. I've picked the M and I'm covering it with a red twine. And if you want to, you can make this thicker so it's faster by putting the twine into a plait or a braid. But I think by the time you braid your twine anyway, it's probably not going to save you much time. You could always use a thicker twine, but the only red I have is this thin. But I don't mind because I quite enjoy wrapping twine. I used a ruler and some basic measurements to make this M, but the easiest way to make it is if you print out a letter, but then print it at a gazillion times on the font size. So that way then it'll be really thick and meaty, especially if you pick one of the bold fonts. Because sometimes if you look at the top of your computer when you picked a particular font, you can have italics or bold. Go for bold and it'll be really thick and chunky. Then print it out, stick it on a piece of cardboard, cut it out, and you're where I am. Another alternative to covering with twine, because I know this isn't everybody's cup of tea, is to cover it with fabric. Or you can cover it with paper. Or you can paint it. So there are lots of things to do. You could even put a thin layer of sparkle on. It would have to be thicker card than this. Mine is very flimsy. And then you could paint the sparkle and you could make some patterns in the sparkle so that it was a very rough texture, or you could smooth it off. So there's lots of things you could do, or you could even go out if you wanted to and buy one of these letters. There are shops that sell these now. Very popular to have big chunky letters. I've seen some that are they're like a mirror. I never like making craft with mirrored items because all you can see is the light of my camera above it. It looks very scruffy and messy instead of all creative and relaxing. So I avoid mirrors. This is that friendly voice from the future that says, don't make an M, it's far too complicated, you will get glue everywhere and it will go wrong. Okay, carry on. Don't say I didn't tell you. I should have listened to my voice from the future. The M was a bit complex for me. I got this far and then got stuck, and then I ended up getting in a right mess, so I just thought, let's get to the end of it, let's get it done. It's amazing what we can hide with embellishments. Bring out my wreath, bring out your letter that I'm sure will be much more efficiently covered than mine, or is covered in paper or something else, and then figure out where it's going to go and glue it into place. And now for that magic thing that we do when we hide all our mistakes underneath some embellishments. Where would we be without hot glue and embellishments? I'm going to add this little bell just under the holly there, because I think it looks cute. If you've made one with twine and you've ended up with a bit of a mess like mine, you've got lots of options. You can add more embellishments all over the place. You can stick little half pearls around to take the eye away from the little white blobs of glue. I know that's not perfect, but I'm happy with it. And I know somebody in my house with a name that begins with M, so I may give it to them for Christmas, and I know they'll appreciate it because they just love having a handmade gift and are quite happy to overlook the odd splodge of hot glue. I love friends and family like that. So which of these gifts is your favourite? Is it the tea bag Christmas tree, the fruity wreath, or the monogrammed wreath with extra bonus glue? Let me know in the comments below which one's your favourite, and let me know if you are going to make any of these. I would love to hear from you. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I would really appreciate a thumbs up if you've enjoyed the video. I'll see you all next time, but until then, don't forget, have fun. Bye.